Long have the squabbling bands and tribes of the misty mountains been disarrayed, for it is our nature as orcs to fight until a great power comes. I, Azog, strong and ruthless, have come to rule Moria. From here, I will ready my orcs, and we will spill from the mountainsides like waves of the sea. My army grows, and my sons grow strong and vicious. Soon all will know the name of the true power in the north. Azog. Azog. Azog.
What's up, everybody? It's Sol, and today we are here once again in Realms in Exile, and this time for a video that I've been planning on making for a while, but I just haven't. So we're going to jump back to the Long Winter bookmark, and if you come up here to the Frozen North, there's this guy called Azog of Moria, and Azog's been a character that I've wanted to play as basically since this update came out. I don't even know, like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. But this is what we're going to be playing as today. This is technically an easy start. I don't know how long the video is going to be. I don't know how easy this is, but it's probably really easy. But I've been wanting to do an orc run for a minute. I kind of have the idea that maybe we'll spill down into Lothlorien or something. That could be cool depending on how strong we get, but we'll see. Anyway, let's read the words as we always do. I wrote it. Oh, actually, we should read it in Orcish, huh? I wrote it. I killed him. I am the master. Then Nair turned the head and saw branded on the brow in dwarf runes so that he could read it the name Azog. Long have the squabbling bands and tribes of the misty mountains been disarrayed, ever at war, for that is the nature of orcs, to fight until a great power unites them. As you can see, I've sort of adapted this for the intro. But now a new chieftain, Azog, fresh and hale and full of guile, has come to rule Moria, greatest of all the mansions of the dwarves. From this place, Azog readies his fighting orcs, clad in steel and iron, for he has great ambitions. His armies are growing, his sons are strong and hale. Soon all the mountains shall bow at his feet. There is a new power in the north, and his name is Azog. And we are going to just jump right in here and begin. Though the dwarves knew it not, a darkness lurked beneath the deepest depths of Khazad-dûm, a Balrog of Morgoth, historically awakened in the Third Age 1980 by the delving of the Longbeards for Mithril. Under Durin VI, it slew the dwarf king and was thereafter known as Durin's Bane. The struggle for Moria depicts the relationship of the Balrog of Moria with the inhabitants of the Great Mountain Kingdom. All who try to control the mountain must contend with the various moods of the demon unless it is slain or otherwise handled. Perhaps we could gain something from it. And here we are in the mountains of Moria with the many dwarf, or actually I shouldn't say dwarf, with the many holds. We currently control Durin's hold. We also have 7 children, which is actually insane. I didn't realize he had so many sons. He has a lot. I don't know if we have anything interesting, but it looks like we can actually get duchy buildings, which we probably would do something like barracks or slaughterhouses, or experimental workshops, which would give us plus 100% siege equipment. That could be really useful, or heavy armory. I would say we should grab some orc rider scouts for sure. These guys are skirms. So we have orc warriors. I know we haven't even started yet, but I'm just looking through this. We have orc archers, like 1 unit of orc warriors, and we have a bunch of orc rabble. So we don't have any warg rider scouts, so let's just grab some heavy cavalry just to do it. Orc warriors, these are our heavy infantry. Who should we station in our hold? Probably these guys, huh? And then our orc rabble. No, because they don't counter anything. We have 400 of these guys. Who gets the best bonus? Hall of 1,000 pillars. Yeah, because we could put a building here that would also give us a good bonus. If we wanted to, we could just build one. Furnaces? That's 180 though. Or warg pits, one of those two. Something like that could be cool. Let's choose our lifestyle. I know for a fact this guy gets a pop-up as soon as the game starts. He already has an insane amount. What is his prowess looking like? Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. He's pretty much going to be maxed out soon. He's going down the gallantry, so let's just give him chivalry. Anyway, it'll give us that advantage bonus too for when we want to fight the elves. Maybe. Probably going to get rocked if we actually try to come down here, because these guys do insane amounts of damage. They don't have very many of them. So we'll do sea wolves just for the extra prowess bonus and get extra prestige from battles. Actually, it's not a lot more than extra. It's plus 100%, which is great. Captains and accolades. We should probably recruit this guy to court because they're strong. Let's do valiant. Captain of the war chief's retinue. They don't serve as a knight, so we can't do that yet, but we'll do that here in a second because that's a good one. This is one hand. He apparently has one hand. He's maimed. Everyone calls him one hand because he has, one hand. Do we have any unique items? We do not. No, not even any court artifacts. That's surprising. You'd think we would have found something down here. We have a couple people. We got some children who like guardians. We have no personal physician. We have no anything. Honestly, the one thing that I do want probably is a Taskmaster. And we'll have them probably oversee breeding so that they can chase down people better. Roarkill's honestly crazy good. Jesus. Let's just say go real fast because the pop-up will go, and then we'll have that guys at night, and then we can start working. The goblins of Moria tremble with the name Azog is mentioned. The fear is well-founded, as the aspiring Lord of Moria is a true terror on the battlefield, striking down any opposition. The orcish giant has only begun his meteoric rise to power in the vast halls of the old dwarf realm. 2 goblin leaders have already been beaten into submission, and more are soon to follow. But Azog has aspirations that reach further than Moria. If he had his way, all the orcs in the Misty Mountains would unite under a legendary warlord, a warlord like himself. My victory is inevitable. We gain the Rise of Azog, which gives us a minus 10% men-at-arms maintenance, which is great. Development growth plus 10%, dread plus 30%, or plus 0.3, and monthly prestige plus 10%. So some great stuff. And what we're gonna do, just to go straight into it, we are gonna start just seizing things like crazy because that's what Azog should be doing. The big thing we want is demand the submission of the Misty Mountains. That's the big one. And then maybe desecrate Karis Galadon or Galathon. That could be crazy if we could manage that, but we need a pretty significant force for that, so we'll have to see. I'm going to declare war on you as my de jure, and I'm going to declare war on you. Oh wait, that's only Conquer County. We got to get a little bit more prestige then, which is fine because we'll get prestige per battle. We'll conquer this too. We'll finish conquering at Moria right here. None have withstood me upon my rise to power in Moria. The forgotten halls of the stinking dwarves. Already 2 of the local bosses have kneeled. Danku the gate warden holds the door for me ever so steadily, and Brock the bookkeeper sends his boys to peel through the dark corridors searching for loot or tomes knowing him. But my realm needs to grow. I have big plans bigger than any of the scum before me. I wish to unite Moria and then the whole of the Misty Mountains, and for that I'll need a plan of attack for my boys to march against the other scum of the mountains and put them in their place, or one of defense should the maggots hiding in their holes come knocking. Rouse the rabble. We gain cave surveys. Honestly, I think getting the bonuses and free build and extra buildings is way better because you can just get money for really quickly. So let's just get the extra buildings for sure. As my toughest and most cunning soldiers gather around the halls making plans for raids in the war effort, some of the guards from outside come knocking on the door, but before I can answer, their heads are knocked together by a big brute of an orc, tougher than nearly half of my boys and scarier than most by far. His head is held high, but quick like I grab my sword and put it up to his throat, while my lads draw their curved blades and horn bows. But he doesn't seem the least bit scared. I'm Nazog, Black Blade. His sword is as black as night, and I bet you boys have heard of me. Heard all about you, Captain. Actually, should I be reading this like an orc?
I'm Nazog, Black Blade, and I bet you boys have heard of me. Heard all about you, Chief Azog, and I reckon there's more loot here than any you stinking pit in these mountains. My sword is yours, as long as the gold keeps coming.
Drawing my blade back a bit, I size him up. He's tough and likely as good in the fight as my best of my bodyguards. But I can figure he wants more than just serving. What if he wants to be the master of Moria? I'll have to choose wisely. He is an insane zealot. I'm pretty sure I could beat his ass, so I'm not really worried about it. I do want to see his blade. You seem like a tough lad, and you gain the name the Hand of Azog. So you are now my captain, and I should probably make an accolade. We'll put Vanguard at the top, and then we'll give him Valiant. I'm gonna call him Azog's captain. Sick. So now we have one extra group of Orc warriors, a regiment, a second one. This guy's also really strong, so he should be good. And apparently my player heir is the next up to be captain. So let's hit go again. They're fighting. Real quick, real easy. Also, we haven't looked at ourselves, but Azog has Sadistic, Brave, he's Wrathful, he has rank 4 Brilliant Strategist, he's a Blade Master, he's an Overseer, he's a Strategist, he's a rank 2 Relentless Vanguard, rank 3 Subterranean Menace, which is the Cavern Commander. He's irritable, he's Herculean, he's intelligent, he's giant, he's also 132 years old, he's 12 Diplomacy, 35 Martial, 14 Stewardship, 14 Intrigue, 9 Learning, and 54 Prowess. He also belongs to this Orcish faith, which we will read in a second once this battle's over, because I don't want that going on in the background. As I look upon the power gathered in the halls of 1,000 pillars, even I am awed. Thousands of orcs shout and yell and stamp their iron-shod feet on the floor of the mountain. The chieftains and their warg packs coming out of Anduin Vale and other wild places add their howls to the cacophony. Even a few trolls bellow and thump their chests or clubs. My great host is assembled in the strongest of all the mountains, and as my sons, most of them striplings, save for Uro and Bolvec, gather behind me, I look upon them in their strength, and a cruel smile splits my lips. The heirs of Azog shall be mighty indeed. I turn back and raise my sword, and my orcs roar. They scream for loot and war and death. It is time to unite all of Moria, and we gain a decision for uniting Moria. Let's see. Solidify control of Moria. We have to have all of this. We would gain the Kingdom of Moria, and then we also can demand submission of the Misty Mountains, which I think those will be our 2 main goals, which we're going to have to go all the way this way, though, to do that, which isn't actually that bad. That won't take me too long, I don't think. This one is done. And I'll get rid of some of these in a minute, but we'll keep that going for now. Now let's read our faith, because I've actually never read an Orc faith. Rejecting service to the Dark Lord, the Partahunic refer to the orcs who instead harbor desires to take that place themselves. Not really a religion, it's much more of a cruel philosophy, born as much of spite and instinct as any sort of larger worldview. In short, it is this: the weak shall serve the strong. There are no depths to which one cannot sink in the name of seizing power, of becoming one's own lord and master. In time, even the strongest stumble and their foes slay them. Then a new orc shall take his place at the top of the peak, and the cycle begins anew. This is an eternal cycle, one which the orcs shall perpetrate unto the end of the earth. The world, earth, whatever. So they're hedonistic, they have an exaltation of pain, and they have pursuit of power. Their sins are being temperate, content, compassionate, forgiving, a pilgrim, or loyal. All of these are the bad thing. And pilgrimage is actually a sin, which is interesting. That's not usually like a thing, but okay. And our culture is this one. The Northerner are free tribes of the North, Orcish, whatever. We're a collection of Orcish bands native to the northern parts of Middle-earth. Adaptation to the harsher climates made them a larger, tougher breed than many of their southern kin. That's us. Thank you. All right, we have taken the Heart of Darkness. Joseph Conrad would be so pleased. Whoever this is going to be our biggest opponent, I think. The Spear Tosser guy. All right, the Forgotten Chamber has been taken. This place probably should be granted to somebody. You want this? He remains my vassal. Give him that. Give him the Heart of Darkness. And then you, because you're also really solid, I'll grant you this. I don't really want that. Although, you know what, I've been working on it. We'll just keep it. Alright, cool. How much do you owe me? 69? Thanks, dog. Cool, 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 cool. And we have 240, and I can station another man-at-arms. And I'm probably just going to do the Orcish Rabble, just because there's so many of them. And we probably just want to be increasing our men-at-arms sizes. I have to have 3 of the following titles. I have to have Old Moria, I have to have the Warrens, I have to have the Eastern Pits, which, what is this? Let's look at the duchy titles, actually. Does that count? Yep, the floodways do count. So we'll work on this in a second, because it's just going to be one guy, and it shouldn't be too long. How many am I going to lose for that? 99. It's crazy. Okay, well, we're just going to go on a little raid, get some prestige, hopefully get us up to... I'm going to try and get us up to Illustrious if I can, but... It's hard as hell to see anything in this. Who am I? Am I not rating this? I cannot tell. Yeah, and with a 100% prestige bonus, like, that's, I think, gonna come in super handy with these battles. Bounty's plunder. Okay, so one of my rivals was torn to pieces by a monstrous wolf. That'll happen here in Moria. Perfect. Boom. Little prestige, a little bit of money, a little bit of everything. That's what we want to see. Should we get more wargs, or should we get more like archers? Let's get that up to that. That's good. And then we'll let all of these come back, and then we'll start hitting them up. Which, it doesn't take like any time. Apparently they get crazy refresh rates, and it's only been 3 years. So the Balrog is dormant at the moment. We're in the wandering phase. No, we're in the dormant phase. Eventually we will have to deal with that. Nicknamed the Wolf. Wasn't he nicknamed something else a second ago? Whatever. Guess he's the Wolf now. Let's just get these guys that are cornered down here, because that's what they deserve. Far from home. Who the hell is this? A Dunedain? Embrace the Lord of Dark, and you will be... Alright, so you are here now, for whatever reason. You are actually not bad at being a physician either, so I have a human physician. This is about to be done. Yeah, this is going well. This is going well, we always love to see it. Curious to see the other story elements, because the story stuff in Realms and Exile is always so good. Nice. Done. So I'm going to work on this one, on Darkest Grotto. Because, actually they both just have mines. Everything is just mines these days. All that people want are mines. Let me replenish my troops for like 2 seconds, and then we'll work on all this. The Long Winter! Okay. I don't know if I've actually ever read this on here, but the word has reached me of an unrelenting and bitter cold sweeping across the northern lands of Middle-earth. Snow falls thick and heavy, covering the plains and mountains in an icy shroud long before the usual time. The people of these lands are said to be suffering terribly, with many freezing to death in the biting winds. The early frost has ruined harvests and let food supplies perilously low. Families huddle together in whatever warmth they can find, but starvation looms large, and fear grows that this winter may bring suffering unlike any in living memory. Traders and travelers speak of an empty road, or empty roads rather, and villages silenced by the cold, the once bustling north reduced to grim endurance. As the snow deepens and the cold spreads, the fate of those caught in its grips grow ever more uncertain. We must brace ourselves for what is to come. Yeah, look at this. Unbelievable. And solidify control of Moria. Oh wait, I have to have one more. to make the duchy. So we're gonna need to colonize one of these. Oh, it sucks, I don't really want to do that. This guy has tried to raid me too many times and I'm coming for him. I don't really want to deal with his ass anymore. Prisoner, what are you good at? Oh, you can be ransomed, I'll ransom you. It's interesting though because I'm so not used to orcs being able to like be ransomed or anything because normally, you know, they just get murdered if you're playing as anybody else. Populate one of these. Upgrade for 13 years. Jesus. I create the High Lordship of the Umbral Floodways, which I will do in time. This will be done here in a second. This war is about to be over. We'll have another duchy title. It actually might be enough to technically solidify control of Moria. Technically. Blah, blah, blah. Get out of here. Cool. So we have a bunch of stuff. I have 2 titles that can be created. I'm going to say, let's do this one first. And now I am illustrious. And am I a king technically or no? I'm a war camp. I need just one more. I have to have the title. Karathros or whatever. Sweet. Okay. Station my men-at-arms, which I will station you guys, like, I guess, here. And then let's, my son will negotiate a little alliance. Let's raise our raiders. And let's just spill on down. Wait a minute, how many would you lose? Let me just spill on down into the human lands, because it might be interesting. What if we like captured this guy? Who is this? Because we're trying to get some money. We need to make another duchy title so that we can do that decision, so. This is 7,000. King Wolf. He probably won't come bother me when I do this. He's probably going to be just chilling and worrying about Rohan. So I'm just going to raid it up. Literally can't do anything. Actually, Darkest Grotto is no longer mine, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to worry on this one. I just need enough to make this title, which is actually what I have now. So now I've raided into some of King Wolf's land. I'm going to turn around. Because the attrition on this army is insane. I'm losing so many troops. Create the High Lordship of Karathros, which is the mountain, the evil mountain, as you recall, that they like... Neighboring ruler? No, you're just like a guy. You wouldn't want vassalage, even with religious exemptions. Seems foolish. Solidify control of Moria. The Black Pit shall be mine, mine alone. I will make sure there are no challengers to my rule by eliminating those who still command positions of power in these crumbling halls. None will stand against me and persevere. I will create the title, the Kingdom of Moria, and the lesser rulers of Moria will swear fealty. The Black Pit is mine. I am now an overlord. Other matters call to my attention first. Moria. Once, long ago, the tiny little beardlings delved these mountains, sullying them with their dirty hands and feet. But the orcs took their due, and now we rule mountains. Still, the stinking goblins have never been the smartest arrows in the quiver. And so for too long, the orc tribes of the mountains have quarreled over this and that. A petty trinket here, a little blood spilled there. No longer. Now Azog is the master, and from here, my soldiers will march upon the rest of the petty orc chiefs hiding in their holes. Soon, the misty mountains shall be mine. None shall defy me. Beautiful. I can hold court. I have too many duchies, which is fine. Actually, the Umbral Floodways I'm going to give to my son because he's already the lord down here. So I'm going to do that. Boom. There you go, boy. Hold court. Actually, what does our court look like? Oh, that's right. We would get the Moria court, and it is pretty damn sick, I would say. This looks rad. Every time I come in here, I'm always like, damn, it looks so good. I have too few spouses. You're right, I do. Who is this? Oh, the gourmet. Way up here of Gundabad. Yeah, why not? Nice. And I don't think we get anything extra. Orc pikemen might not be bad. But at the moment, I don't think we gotta do that. Could declare war from my claims, which is probably what I'm gonna do. And then I'll declare war from my claims here as well. Just start moving my way down. Moria is mine, more or less. Maybe there are a few rebels and brigands, but by and large, I am the master of the Black Chasm, but I want more. I want all of it. The whole mountain range should be mine. To the north is probably the nearest threat to the fat old orc Hukor. He would make for a good footstool, him and his little lard-loving lackey. Still, the great goblin isn't all flab. Behind a facade of wealth and song lies a host of dour goblin soldiers with cruel slave-forged blades. Perhaps a letter would make him see reason and join my host. All the same, my boys are getting restless. I'll get a press claim. I'll take the army on this one because it's like a 30% chance that he'll say no. And I think the great goblin army is actually here. Goblin Town will be soon, as I'm taking both of these. And what will be in this host? Ooh, we actually get mountain trolls with this. That's super solid. I love that. I love the story stuff in this. It's always so fun. A dark dignitary. A dread chill fills Moria, casting darker shadows than the deepest night. We orcs can see just fine in the darkness, but this isn't like anything I've felt before. My bodyguard is shivering, but not from the cold, and even I, the mighty Azog, feel a bit of fear coming on. The reason is made clear. Before me stands a shadowed figure clad in deep robes and a dark hood with naught but black concealed by the garment. Then it's pointed to me, his hand, gauntleted in cold steel, raises slowly and stiff-like, and with a thin voice it near whispered,
Azog, Lord of Moria, thou art not yet king, though thy maggoty folk may hold thee in high esteem. Thy master calls to you, yea, the master of all thy race, and the race of men also. In Dol Guldur he awaits you, and if thou art worthy, maybe he shall grant you his favor.
My boys grumble and posture after the black figure leaves, talking about how they would have cut him up if he said one more word, but I am silent. There is a new power in Dol Guldur, and not an orc from the look of things, a power that could grant me great fervor if I bent my head. We shall see. Once I'm done with this war, maybe we'll, should we visit the Dark Lord? Well, Azog seeks power above all things. I think that perhaps he thinks that it could help him. I don't know. What would you suspect if you were in his shoes, is what I wonder. Two powerful vassals. Prince Balg the Strong, who is really good. And I have the Peak Watcher. Prince Balg the Strong, honestly, he can be my marshal again. He actually likes me. I think that's why I chose my son, because I don't plan on dying. I have another son, Gorthog. Too many damn sons. What to do about the Necromancer? There's so many. I have so many children, so there's like a million. It looks like the Balrog is wandering. A message from Gundabad. My lads bring in a dirt-mattered and sweat-soaked goblin. Push him on his knees. He comes from the domain of Zagthak, far to the north, and this goblin seems to be a messenger. One of my boys snaps, "Well, spit it out, cur," to the cringing goblin, who gulps and begins to speak.
The master of Gundabad, Zagthak the Gourmet, wishes Azog the Great a good day. He also says that he would sooner kiss an elf than bow to you, he says.
The rest of his sentence is cut off by a spurt of black blood and horrid gurgling as my knife worms its way into his throat. But I am not worried about the writhing goblin in front of me. As my boys haul him away, I clench my fist and grit my teeth. Zagthak! I will give that dog what he deserves. It is time to complete my conquest of the Misty Mountains. When it is over, Zagthak's head will lay at my feet. The orcs of Gundabad speak about a dark gem named Ulkai, greatest of all the treasures of the orcs, but it is said not to emit light like the blasted sun, but to consume it. Those mountain maggots up north worship it, but it has been lost for many centuries. Still, such a striking gem can't be hard to find, seeing as we orcs have night eyes. If I can search for it and recover it, I would solidify my claim on Gundabad. I will search for the stinking stone. We would convert to the cult of Ulkai. When Gundabad fell to the house of the orcs, its leader bore the Ulkai, a great black jewel, one of the greatest treasures of the treasury of Angband. The jewel exuded an aura which echoed the throne room of Angband, and indeed the Dark Lord Morgoth himself, emitting a perverse light corrupted by the long years of his dominion. By right of bearing the jewel, Skorg, first lord of Gundabad, claimed the title of Ashtarbuk, sole ruler of the north. For the jewel called darkness to darkness and strength to strength, and Skorg grew, fell, and strong by its grace, though ever more cruel, and the orcs feared and revered him. To hold the Ulkai is to be embraced by the dark, to bear the blessing and curse of its lord. When Skorg was entombed in the deepest depths of Gundabad, he took with him the Ulkai, and those who seek to claim the mantle of Ashur-dabuk must brave the darkest depths alone to bring it to the sun's light once more. The Ulkai and the tomb of Skorg were later lost. With them, the cult of Ulkai and Skorg, the first Ashur-dabuk, faded into history. I will search for the sinking stone. I want power at all cost. I can declare war for the whole of the Goblin King. I can take all of Goblin Town, which is what I want. We would be here. Actually, he's really weak. I wonder. I bet I'd be able to get rid of him. Elrond, he only has... he's actually got some pretty strong soldiers. Oh my god, the Noldor swordsmen are insane. Good lord. Ridiculous. Yeah, actually, it does not take long to get all the way up the Misty Mountains. Search for the Ulkai. The Ulkai, an ancient and mysterious dark stone, has long been the symbol of power wielded by the Ashur-dabuk, the leader of the Gundabad. It has been lost for centuries. If the gem were to be found, I could use it to claim the position of Ashur-dabuk for myself, solidifying my claim on Gundabad. Start the search at once. We can raid Eriador. The lands of Eriador are less populated than the regions to the east of the Misty Mountains, but in turn, they are less defended. I'll send a raiding party to plunder what we can from the men living in the edge of the wilderness. Gather my raiders. I'm kind of curious as to what this is. My boys are ready for raiding. They chatter amongst themselves, bearing sneaking shoes and carrying large sacks to grab all the loot. But if we want to raid sparse and dark Eriador, we need to choose a proper target. The stinking hillmen in the north have few weapons, but fewer trinkets and items of worth. Maybe the Dunlendings could offer more loot, but they'll be a bit tougher. Nothing orcish steel can't match, of course, but the Tarks will have the most golden jewels, and long have we been enemies, but all of the targets are the toughest. Let's do the Dunlendings. Now I've chosen my target, but how many of my lads do I want to commit to this mission? A larger party means more loot, maybe, but they'll be slower. A smaller group will be quicker about their looting and killing, and should I go out as well? I've been itching for a good house burning recently, but it's safer back here at home. Let them see my face before they die. I want them to know it was I, Azog, with his 55 prowess. I think he would do it himself. This is really neat. Raiding Eknok. My scouts give me word we've arrived near Irnok, or Irknok. Out of their hiding places, they can see tons of food and gold, enough loot to make the casualties we take worthwhile. It's time for us to raid. Let's do this. We can gain 350 gold or 250. There is only a 4% chance that I die. We had a stunning success and I did not die. Wow, that was great. That's actually really sick that we were able to do that. High Lordship of this, which I will create for the extra items. And somebody rules down here, and I don't remember his name. Is it you? I also want you to convert. Nice, so the Eastern Pits. Hell yeah, dude. I think what we should do is probably get maybe some more of... Oh, these are 86? Good lord, but they are really, really useful. Actually, there was a good building that I could build here in Durance Hall. A couple of them. Let's do furnaces, since now we can afford them. And we don't actually need to get any more of those because we still have the Host of Moria. We'll head up all the way to the top, and then we'll be able to just go right into Goblin Town, which has no chance, literally none. That's really cool that it's so, like you get so much. Unify the Orc War bands. Oh, for so long the orcs have been scattered and disunited, beaten back at every turn by men, dwarves, and elves. We were unified under the Dark Lords, but they are not worthy of our swords. Orcs should rule orcs, and the strongest of them all shall lead me. Beneath my banner, the Orc War Host shall spread across the earth. I gain the High Kingdom of the Great Orc War Host. I would gain the Great War Chief, and I would get the Conqueror trait. What? That's crazy, actually. Yeah, that's gonna be sick. Court Grandeur is now rank 4, and then let's just take Goblin Town for my claim. 203 prestige. We're going to take all of Goblin Town. The Ulkai is found. Grinna has returned from the north, bearing a great gift of worth. He actually found the Ulkai. In his hands lie a head-sized gem that turns the day dark and dims the sun when you are close. As in black as night, no blacker, with no stars or moon, and no reflection of my face with the torch I bear. It is like a hole in the world. As I store it away and give Grinna his reward, my orcs rejoice, and the air is rent with this terrible laughter. I laugh too, after all. The Ulkai is mine. Now nothing shall stand between me and Gundabad, between me and my destiny. I am the Ashtabuk. Whoa, the Ulkai is an orcish artifact, an unholy gem believed to have been crafted after one of the 3 Silmarils was stolen from Morgoth as a replacement, but the jewel sorely disappointed Morgoth, for it could not replace that which he had lost, for the jewel seemed to consume light, not give it. Enraged and embittered, the Dark Lord cast it into the vaults of Angband, and it was one of the few artifacts saved from the end of the War of Wrath by orcs who fled east during the ruin of the Iron Hell. It was lost during the Great Northern War with Durin's folk, but would be discovered by Skorg, the first Orc Lord of Gundabad, during the sack of Gundabad. The gem itself is believed to hold some of the dark essence of Morgoth's evil spirit and whisper cruel wisdom to its bearer. The holder of Ulkai is believed by the orcs of the north to have the right and destiny to rule the northern parts of Middle-earth as Ashtabuk. And I will put it right next to my throne right here, and that's actually really sick. So I went ahead and I just finished conquering the Goblin Town just because it was kind of annoying, and there wasn't much to see. So Goblin Town is now mine. I also have... I can create some High Lordship somewhere. I think somebody already lives here, so I'll just give this to whoever's like the least incompetent. Now it is Orc Town, actually, not even Goblin Town. And I think I can unify the Orc bands. For so long, the orcs have been scattered and disunited, beaten back at every turn by men, dwarves, and elves. We were unified under the Dark Lords, but they are not worthy of our swords. Orcs should rule orcs, and the strongest of them all shall lead me. Beneath my banner, the Orc War Host shall spread across all the earth. I gain the High Kingdom of the Great Orc War Host, or would get the Great War Chief name. It would increase my prowess by 15. I'd get the Conqueror trait, and we would discover this. The time of
the time of the orc has come.
This one's grasp unlimited power. I have 1. None are left to challenge me. All orcs praise my name, and all free peoples quake, hiding in their holes or refuge My armies span the mountainside as tough as stone. I am the master. I am the tyrant of the north. Ignite the forges of Gundabad decision. Interesting, I have to have the Gundabad and the Misty Mountains. Okay. Wait, if I took all of this, the overlordship of Gundabad, would that give me this too, or no? Holy War for Duchy. I would like that Holy War for Duchy. Who are your allies? You have so many and they're so strong. I would not be able to fight you. The Galadrim archers would literally wreck me. Get you up to max or like thereabouts as well. This guy wants a seat on the council, but the only thing he could do would be a spy master, and I do not want whoever my spy master is to have any sort of reason to dislike me, which you definitely do. Let's see. I'm just going to raise my men-at-arms, probably. I think my men-at-arms alone should be able to take this on. And there goes this one. And now the only thing left is Gundabad, and they are similarly strong to me. I'm a little worried that I wouldn't actually be able to take them on. Why is my court grandeur so low? Oh my god, my legitimacy is supposed to be like 4? Jesus, why is it so low? The Herald of Dol Guldur. Now I am curious what would... Oh, I would need 17 gold. I could unify the Orc War bands, and I would get the Great War Chief. Infiltrate the White Mountains. Where are the White Mountains? Where is that? Swear fealty? No. Not me, guy. So we're at a good spot. I almost want to say... So this guy's the Cult of the Lidless Eye. I feel like he's not going to join in with me. This is your suzerain. You have no overlord, though. I honestly feel like I should just take you... This guy first. Get this land under my control. Because I want to take Gundabad, but I want everything kind of around it to already be mine. I'm going to raise all my men-at-arms. I feel like I can just beat him without it. Holy... Hell, that's a long way. Is he an Uruk? He kind of is. Look at his helmet. Yeah, the great unified host of orcs who venerated the necromancer of Dol Guldur. Their name means Horde of the Silent Shadow in Black speech. Actually, that's sick as hell. I'm sorry. That's really cool. I think that's dope. Prince Grokik. I have to go through the kingdom of Imladris. Is this Arwen? Someone's plotting to kill me? Why? What did I ever do to you? I mean, probably a lot of things. 97%, 95% success chance. Jesus. Dang, 5,000 men-at-arms. That's actually pretty solid. We got to keep our money up. I worry that, because once I take Gundabad, it's going to give me like a way too many titles, I'm sure. Also, can we unify the Orc War bands? Because I would love to get Conqueror. We should do that next. Just to get the bonuses from Conqueror. Oh, shit. Oh, Smaug came. Dang. Good job, dude. Ooh, that was actually insane. We are now exalted among men, which is a great one to have. Who is this guy? Kill that guy. Ooh, behead and devour him. Yeah, I'll do that. Give him a little eat. Little munch. Alright, I believe we are now done with the tree. Let's get, let's do wealth focus just to get more money. He already has pretty good stewardship anyway, so this should be pretty quick. The Siege of Brath, Cuic, I think? I don't know how to say it. Words. Sweet. He is now my rival, because he thinks that I care about that sort of thing. Moria grows. Beautiful. And so now, get rid of this guy. The Goblin King could be somebody, but honestly, I don't care. I think we should unify the Orc warbands. Well, you've had to break spines, torture a few unlucky sods, and slaughter more than a few innocents along the way, but at long last the orcs seem to be falling in line under your hand. Visions fill your head of the vast plunder that awaits you, of the destiny of the orc race to cover all the lands, to enslave and dominate all others. Soon, your host will roll over the lands of men, and none will have a hope of standing against your might. What shall be your first target, I wonder? Sniveling Tarks, cowardly elf witches, or the sweet gold of the dwarven holds? There will be gold to grasp and grob to drink without end. We can also raid Rovanion, which honestly I feel like we might want to. Could we get any more men-at-arms? Ooh! This is what I'm talking about. We can get some Ulkai now. This is sick. Those are great. And we can also get black Uruks because of the bonus. Although black Uruks, they don't seem to be very strong, but these guys, these monsters, are very strong, and being able to get multiple of those will be super handy. So let's raid Rovanion. My boys are ready for raiding. The chatter among them, blah, blah, blah. The horse boys, the Leifrings are easy targets for our hunters, but they're poor. Their cousins up north, the Framlings, are a bit tougher, I reckon, but I hear they've got dwarf gold in their houses. Let's do the Framlings. And I'll do. I need to move my capital, I bet. The Bridge of Durin, which is from the movie. You've seen it. That's where Gandalf fights the Balrog. The Mirrormere, which is where there's that pillar that Durin placed. You know, it's just like there, if you guys remember. If you're familiar with the book, they visit it. I think they don't go there in the movie, but I know for a fact they go there in the book, and I think Gimli's like very moved by it, if I recall correctly. The Dominion of the Great Northern War Host. I'm gonna keep this for a minute because I do want to get some Ulkai. Once you get one, you can just kind of keep upgrading it. So we'll sort of just do that. Oh, we can also get we can get Karagor packs. Dude, these are insanely strong. Definitely want to grab some of those. These Warg Rider scouts. Honestly, we are raiding Framsburg. Let's do it. What do we get? Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Super successful. Let's get rid of these guys, and let's grab some Karagor packs. The fierce and wild Karagor of Mordor prowl its desolate landscape, searching for prey to feast upon, working in packs that are capable of downing even the largest of prey with ruthless efficiency. They're actually insanely strong. Not as strong as these guys, but honestly with the Ulkai, we may be able to do some damage to Rivendell now. Or, yeah, these guys. Getting you under my control would be good. We could invade Kingdom, but that's going to be the whole thing. Gain this. Gain this. Yeah, so we'll just be kind of moving on up. Oh yeah, so I am the Great War Chief, right? Isn't that what I'm called? Yeah. I am the Great War Chief, which is what we want. Getting these extra men-at-arms is good. I'm going to hit him last, I think. I don't think I'm allied to you anymore. I broke that betrothal a while ago. But I do have the Conqueror trait, which gives me some bonuses. Particularly to men-at-arms maintenance, which is why I wanted to ding that. Because that's why we're making so much money now. I don't want all of this. I'm going to end up giving all of it to somebody. But I'm going to take all of it and then let them be no. You could also throw them in jail if we wanted to. Take this. Yeah, we're doing great now. I worried that if I were to take this, it'd be too much land and I'd get sort of like a weird discombobulated thing going on. And that's not what I wanted. Let's do Taxman, just to get a little bit more. Ooh, we also have a bunch of money now. Let's get some Ulkai as soon as that hits 450, because I think that's what I want. Negotiate defensive alliance. Why would I do that? I'm going to ignore you, I'm sorry. I am going to grab these Ulkai though, which are insanely strong. Look at this. Station them in this hall. And now they get plus 250 damage. And now this is over, apparently. Disband. Beautiful stuff. Alright, here we go. Let's look at the map now. I fear this guy should be... Okay, so this is the truce that I have with you. Okay. Demand the submission of the Misty Mountains, which we can do. And I basically would get the High Kingdom of the Misty Mountains. My rule shall be absolute and unchallenged. None may dare stand against me, the Dark Lord of all peaks and caverns. I will demand fealty from any orc that thinks to rule as independent. Not one of them shall defy me and live. The mountains are mine. My rise to power has been inevitable and is nearly complete. I'm standing on the precipice of gaining a power wielded by no orc before me, the absolute unchallenged rule of all the Misty Mountains. Dispatch messages to the chieftains and bosses of all orc holds from the Black Pit to Gundabad. Let none defy me and live, for my vengeance shall be swift and bereft of mercy. All shall bend the knee or be destroyed. All shall bow to Azog. It is time, send forth my heralds. Let's see what people say. There's not very many of them left. You're stinking little worm, wriggling in your den like a sick, filthy maggot and spitting at those who could stomp you with ease. Well, the time has come. Run back to the filthy hole you crawled from, Snaga, or face my wrath. Insolence, crush, maim, and flay them. You stinking worm, little worm, little worm. I'll take my time with you. I have a press claim already on Gundabad, so I just wanted to see if he would accept because he'd heard about my conquest, but he doesn't want to, which is fine. I can deal with it. Raise all men at arms. Let's go north. You stinking... Really? Alright. Another one I'm going to war with. I always like legitimacy, but honestly, defender advantage +5 and getting more heavy infantry regiments is always pretty solid, so let's grab that. We don't have those, do we? Offer of peace? Yeah, I think not, dog. You declared war on me. I told you what you had to do. I literally told you. I just said all you got to do is declare that I am your ruler. And you were like, no, I won't do it. So, sorry. This is how it ends. It does suck I can't raid anymore. But thankfully I'm getting 20 gold a turn, so, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? It's not the worst thing. Yeah, they're going to take that. It's going to be easy. And then the only thing left would be this. Grasp unlimited power. I have to have the title of Gundabad, and then I would become the Tyrant of the North. Nice. And I think I would still technically keep these. Yeah, because I think I just had to get that that prerequisite title, and then it didn't matter anymore. I think it's fine at this point. Honestly, with these Ulkai, they do a lot of damage. Valuable prisoner capture. That should be it. Good job, buddy. I have so many children. Wants the overlordship of Orc Town. I'm surprised you're able to do that, considering we're allied. And demand a conversion just to see what happens. For the great... Ooh! So he converted to the cult. Why don't you like me? Title claimant, Orcish, offensive war. A lot of things. I broke a truce. Apparently. Which I don't remember doing. Oh, you know what? I did break a truce with them, technically. Because I could heed the Dark Lord's summon, but I don't want to do that. He would definitely try to rebel against me, I fear. I don't think he would just let me do that. He's dead! You have typhus! I want this to be my primary title. Yeah, I am now the Dominion of the Misty Mountains. I prefer the look of that. Honestly, my claims. Declare war. I do want this. I would like to. I'd like to have my stuff. The big battle. The Battle of the Gate of Gundabad. Which we can read because there is a fort at Gundabad. My son died. No, he died in battle. How did you die? Who killed you? Oh, you were just slain. The rescued head. Survivors of the bloody fight at the Gate of Gundabad join my host, whipping their horses to their last breath. From one saddle swings a dripping head bearing the deathly face of Iro, my son.
He died a warrior, fighting into the heart of High Overlord Clark's warband until his head was struck from his shoulders. For love of him, our riders recovered what they could.
A cruel end, but our wise elders say the head of a noble warrior retains some of his vigor and destiny. I will honor this great man's head. Interesting. So I have my son's head just there. Actually, you know what? Surprisingly, the gates of Gundabad are not as strong as I expected they would be. There we go. Coming on in. Coming in hot. I love that I'm still making money while at war. This is really tickling me. Honestly, I would probably move my capital to Gundabad because it's like such a much better fortress. Although, I guess, maybe is it? Like, Moria is like one of the greatest dwarf holds. It's just in ruins because it's old. But Gundabad is like the seat of my holy order, I think. Yeah. So... there's that. What is this? What is that? That looks sick. The dread fortress of Karn Doom, chief stronghold of the Witch King of Angmar. Behind and below its icy towers and jagged walls lay myriad dungeons filled with endless horrors and echoing screams. A place where nightmares were made living flesh and living flesh rendered into the uncanny and unbodied. No captured thrall brought to Cairn Doom ever, or is it Cairn Doom? No captured thrall ever brought to Karn Doom ever left alive, though it was rumored that the Witch King would give no peace even to the dead, and by sorcerer's enchantment dispatched their unquiet wights to sow horrors among his foes. The origins of Karn Doom are mysterious. Among the dwarves, some say it began as a satellite dwarf hold of Gunzabad. In its prime, others say it was a mere goblin nest from the outset. Some among the wise held that it began as the eastern outpost of Utenmo, buried but not entirely ruined during the tumult that led to Morgoth's first imprisonment and long forgotten to any but Sauron the Deceiver. The Dunedain knew not, and many of them believed it built by the Witch King himself to his own infernal designs. Whatever its beginning, it was here that the Witch King took up his abode in the Third Age 1300 as part of a great plan orchestrated by Sauron. Gathering many orcs, evil men, and fell creatures, he built the cruel realm of Angmar, which he directed to a single purpose, the destruction of the Dunedain of Arnor. That is an insane model. Holy. It looks so good. Dang, it's so far away, but it's a holy site for my religion, which is interesting. Mount Graham, Goblin Town, obviously Mount Gundabad. Yeah, I would probably move my capital to Mount Gundabad because it makes sense, and also this is Gundabad. It looks sick. There we go. The war is over. After 18 months, I have seized the dominion of Gundabad. Disband my army. So now I am the Lord of Gundabad. Although actually this guy is still my vassal, which is, you know what, not so bad. I think I would rather not have to deal with all of that crap. Grasp unlimited power. I have won. None are left to challenge me. All orcs praise my name and all free peoples quake, hiding in their holes or refuges. My army spans the mountainside. As tough as stone, I am the master. I am the tyrant of the north. And I can also get the Ignite the Fortress of Gundabad decision. Ooh, and I get a I could recruit a men-at-arms regiment of Gundabad Black Shield. Slice 5. Nothing can stop me. Azog, the name is heard from every corner of every mountain. Orcs from north to south cheer my name over glasses of grog and draught. And my symbol is branded on every shield and cloak. Tark children shiver at night when they hear the name Azog, and elves cower in fear and shut their ears. The dwarves rage in their hidden halls, my name branded in their hearts, but they do nothing for fear of my strength. I am Azog, greatest of orcs, greatest of kings. None will defy me. I am the master. All the world shall fear the name Azog. Look at this. We have truly done it. Ignite the forges of Gundabad. Any county in Gundabad has to have coal-fired furnaces. I see. I would love if you would give me just my cap, just this. I have to get rid of that truce, so I'm not gonna be able to get Gundabad for a second. Although I could still build something in his land. I would just have to do it out of the kindness of my heart, which I have to have this one. That's gonna take 7 years to build that. But we have so many forces now, and I think, honestly, the only established control over the Angmar Mountains, I have to completely control this. And I have to completely control this, which that guy's got. This one? We're apparently missing one. I think it's this guy. Yeah, I just have to have one more, and then get rid of this guy too, which I can fight you now. Bring him under tribute. We just conquer the duchy, and it doesn't cost me anything because I have the conqueror trait. It's literally, you literally can't write this. I mean, you can, I'm writing it, but you know, it's insane how strong the conqueror trait is. This is great though. I mean, I always love the story stuff for this. I do not want to heed the Dark Lord summons because I fear that he's going to basically force me to do something crazy. Nestled between the lands of the Whiteskins and the Stonelanders lie the White Mountains. Not many orcs have ever set foot into those wild, untamed lands. Who knows what riches lie hidden behind their peaks or beneath them. If we were to set up an outpost in secret, we could begin to gather our strength there hidden from view until we are ready to plunder the rich lands that lie below. But we can't raid. I guess I could click the White Mountains, but I don't really want them that bad. Is it already over? Alright, there we go. And now, I should... Which one don't we have? Oh my freaking god. Okay, now we can establish control over the Angmar Mountains. I just had to do a little colonization real fast. But the mountains of Angmar have ever been closely tied to Gundabad, geographically and politically, yet they lie outside of our grasp. Mount Graham has grown mighty in the recent past to the point where it even seemed to rival us in strength and influence. We must establish our supremacy and bring the mountains of Angmar into the fold. To the west of the Misty Mountains lie two smaller chains of peaks that are considered part of Angmar, a realm long fallen, well, no longer. Now we rule this land. Those that inhabit them. But be they orc or man, we will do as we say, and the mountains shall forever be part of the great orc realm of Gundabad. Our lordship. Oh man, we getting 2,000 gold for that? Well, damn, I didn't realize it was gonna be like that. That was a good move. That was a good move. To get it to max. Maximum would give you 8, which still isn't very many. Let's get that to max. I'll do this much, which will give me 20. I wonder, the White Mountains, I kinda do want to click it just to see what it gives me. Let's just do it. The White Mountains lie far from my stronghold, and the realms of men guard the entrance. I must make sure to send someone who understands subterfuge and can move unseen, otherwise they'll be caught and slain by the Whiteskins. Now let me think, I could send one of my kin or one of my warriors, maybe even pick someone entirely unproven. High intrigue will help you them succeed. I trust one of my close kin. None of them are going to survive this. Pleasant news reaches me from Ashmog, who I sent to infiltrate the White Mountains some time ago. He's managed to sneak past the pesky Whiteskins and set up camp in the encampment of Pelhav. As their overlord, it falls to me to steer the development of this new orc hold. We must now gather our strength in secret, and when the time comes, strike at the rich lands that lie below, ripe with plunder and loot. A great success. Whoa, it is literally just a little delving. Could be interesting if I were able to bring these guys under tribute. I'm gonna try it, just because I'm curious. Let's see how they do. Oh, here we go. Battle on the mountain. I mean, if I bring Gondor under tribute, I would consider that a win. Dude, he's wrecking him, good lord. The Misty Mountain Gondorian Tributary War. You are now a tributary of me. Good job, Gondor. Dang. He owes me 30 tax a month? Good God. Alright, sounds like somebody else should be a tributary. Oh, it says I'm not touching you, though. Frickin' A. When's that building gonna be done, I wonder? It's got about 12 months left, and then we'll build the next one. I really want to try to ignite the Forges of Gundabad. I would love if we could just destroy one of the Elven realms, just to see if we can do it. But we're doing great so far. I mean, I have the entire Kingdom of the Misty Mountains. We've taken Gundabad. We've done a lot of stuff. I just kind of want to do a little bit more just to see what we got on offer here. We've also literally turned Gondor into a tributary. So, you know. Oh, he got usurped. Dang. It's never what you want. All right, so we're taking Isengard. I mean, honestly, this guy's going absolutely ham. So that's Wolf. Wolf is actually just a landless adventurer right now. There we go. It took 3 years to take Isengard. That's not really a surprise, but I can usurp the petty kingdom of Isengard. Yoink. Yoink. I now have the kingdom of Isengard. Thanks, bud. The War King of Isengard we don't want to keep, probably. This one I don't care for, actually. I didn't realize it was just this. So the Gates of Gundabad are now mine. I have too many titles, which is fine. Both of these can be mine. I don't think it gives me low county control, technically. It does, okay. These guys, though. These two, I don't need them. I will now keep hold of those, and then I'll be able to get them. Alright, actually I'm going to kill this guy for going against me. Bye-bye. Alright, so I think... Should we do our capital here? Let's do Modergard as my new capital. And because it's my new capital, we'll probably get a better bonus up here now. 210 from these? Good lord. Where are you stationed? I got rid of some of my other men-at-arms because I didn't really need all of those. Plus they were like crap. It was just like the little crappy heavy infantry and then the crappy little extra guy. So I just deleted them because they're not going to be very useful to us anyway. It's actually only going to take 3 years for that to be up. And then we'll be able to reignite the forges, or ignite the forges of Gundabad. Although, while we're waiting for that, what we should be doing is making you a tribute. And I will raise my forces in Isengard because it has pretty good development, so I should be able to just raise all my men-at-arms here. Yeah, look at this. There's literally pop-up city over here. Every 5 seconds I find out somebody wants to kill another one of my children. I'm gonna go fight these guys head on. This might actually win it. Oh yeah, easy. Done. Bye-bye. Alright, that's 2 tributes. I can consecrate my bloodline as well. Begin the trait the Savior. Good job, buddy. Just waiting on coal-fired furnaces. I just want to see what would happen. If I attack you, I'm gonna try it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and meet him before he gets a chance to meet up with the other force. Because if they get a chance to unite, it's gonna be over. I don't care. But if we can get them all at the same time... Wait, here we go. Wait! Wait! Oh, perfect. Perfect, we caught him. Perfect, 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 perfect. This is excellent. It's exactly what I needed. Awesome. And then head to Imladris and try and maybe take it. Oh my god. Oh, thank god. They just don't have enough troops. I would have been cooked though. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Yeah, buddy. We did it. We did it! Yes! Oh my god. That's so sick, dude. Yes. Oh my lord. The elves flee. My son now controls all of this. That was really awesome. I'm actually super pleased by that. Every Eldar ruler loses piety. They lose the heart of Elvendon on Earth. I mean, I feel like we should take it. So we've made a tributary of Rohan, of Gondor, the Misty Mountains. Oh yes, that does count as me, huh? I didn't even realize that that was going to show that way on the map. I forgot about that. It's like the new tributary thing. So yeah, I'm the suzerain of the Misty Mountains, and I control Rohan, I control Gondor, I control all of this. I have now kicked out the elves from Rivendell, and now I'm turning my sights to Lothlorien soon. How exciting. This has gone way better than I thought it would. Popular figurehead, get a little bit better opinion from people. I know I'm in debt. I'm collecting money every turn. I will certainly kick you out. I'd have to invade Kingdom, which I don't mind my invasion of the Kingdom being Lothlorien. I think that's a good move. There we go. Ignite the forges of Gundabad. Deep in Gundabad lie cold forges of the dwarves of old, of great size and capacity. If we could light them anew, we could fashion arms and weaponry to equip an army of immense size and strength. It will take time, but it could be well worth the resources. We gain 300 gold. We gain the war forges of Gundabad. for 10 years, which increases our men-at-arms damage by 10%. Whew. We can recruit Gundabad Black Shields, but more importantly, we can recruit Gundabad War Trolls. The mountains thunder with the meeting of hammer and anvil. The forges of the dwarves, which have laid dormant for countless years, awaken. Deep down, they labor night and day, producing war materials worthy of my army. As I walk through the forges, I see weapons and armor fit for war trolls, piling up, sharp blades glinting in torchlight, and broad shields and breastplates emblazoned with my sigil. The ignited dwarven forges of Gundabad have now made it possible to produce stronger and more durable steel, suitable for my trolls and the fiercest warriors of Gundabad. Yeah. Pretty rad. And they are indeed in here somewhere. The Gundabad War Trolls are not better than the Ulkai, but we can do them, and I really wanted to reignite the forges anyway. What is an Ulkai anyway? The Ulkai are described as being taller than a man, covered in spiky scales, carrying warhammers, so they're like kind of like a troll. We'll end the video with the burning of LotR. Could be a good one. Declare war for the kingdom, and I can actually start in Durin's Hall if I wanted to. Oh my god, he's literally just wrecking them, dude. Oh my god, the only thing that's annoying the shit out of me is that there's so many pop-ups. Yeah, 6 months. Do the small ones. I just have so many children that every 5 seconds somebody's trying to kill one of them because they're orcs and they love doing that. This is gonna be a cakewalk, I fear. We've done it. We made ourselves so strong that even LotR could not handle me. And now I'm about to take it, and I'm gonna ravage it, apparently, which is really sick. We could also do it to the other place, too, if we wanted to, but that's a little bit more complex. We literally just have to take one more. Actually, do we have max for battle? Yeah, we do. This should be over right now. Done. It only took a year and a half. The lights of LotR extinguished. The heart of the Elvendom on earth burns, its silver trees turning black, while their golden leaves vanish into clouds of ashes. Galathon has fallen to my forces, and the hated elves flee before my victorious armies. We shall pillage and despoil this place until nothing remains but scarred earth and hewn tree stumps. All traces of elven influence shall be stamped out beneath the boots of the new masters of the Golden Wood. Burn them all. I am going to desecrate Galathon. The self-proclaimed heart of Elvendom in Middle-earth stands as a monument to the power of elves, and more particularly to Galadriel and Celeborn. Their domain is centered around a truly great tree. What a joy it would be to set it alight, a candle and a funeral pyre to the dwindling elves as their time ends. Burn it to the ground. Oh, so it's gone. So you can build it, but yeah. And I think with that, honestly, the only other thing we would do would be to attack this guy. And that sounds like not very exciting because it's just going to be the same thing. Like, we've effectively eliminated the elves from Middle-earth. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with this. We started off as just Moria, and now we have Rohan, we have Gondor, we've taken up all of this, we destroyed Lothlorien, we destroyed Rivendell. I mean, we really did the thing. The only thing we didn't do in the decision tree was desecrate this place, but who cares? I mean, Lorien is a much bigger target than that. And I've had a lot of fun with this one. I knew Azog would be a good time. I wouldn't say it was necessarily easy. There was definitely some parts of it that were tough, but it's definitely a little easier than others that I've tried. But this was a great time. I really enjoyed this, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. But until then, as always, I'm Soul. This has been another Realms in Exile video, and I will happily see you in the next one.